I call her Feisty Josephine. Look at
Feisty,
that.
Feisty Francine.
Feisty friends.
Rawr. Should I leave my hair like
I
this?
bet you
all the time?
Emily Wolf is dying right now. She probably
Actually looks good. Look, if I was like in Hollywood, if I was in Hollywood, this would be a new style. You know, like people dyeing their hair gray.
all the girls with the thingies in the front. What?
Good morning.
And happy Wealth Wednesday. Wow, it's so much better to have a conversation and drink coffee, you guys. My coffee got so cold yesterday.
Same.
I had only like half of it and then I tossed it out. All right.
Good morning and welcome to the show.
Today's going to be a really powerful conversation. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of passive income. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I wrote Wealth Building 101 because that is what was in the planner.
Oh, did you?
But we can talk about whatever we want.
Yes. It is a part of wealth building. You can't have wealth without passive income. So let's begin by...
I put this over here because I'm right-handed, so I have a feeling.
Okay, can you go to a dictionary, please?
Define something.
Yes. Define something.
Yes.
So, as Erin...
What are we defining?
Passive income. What does passive income mean? So before we get to today's conversation, I just want to pull up some stats for you guys to just understand the importance of these conversations. Some stats have been shared with you before, others haven't, but it's mind-blowing. You guys, 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Did you know that 60% of Americans don't even have a savings account?
That was me.
And only 5% of retirees actually have money coming in. Wait, what is it? Only 5% of retirees are financially independent and able to maintain a steady living. Do you want to be a part of this 5% of retirees when you're 65 years old? Drop a comment and give me a hell yeah if you do.
Hell yeah!
And this is why these conversations are important. And we're talking about the wealthiest country in the world. So like imagine living in other countries like where they're at. Isn't it crazy? People are dying, not being able to take care of themselves. Like, what a shitty way to live. And this is why I'm so passionate about it.
When you have, there are, like, being in a country, like a modern country, it is really sad. We all have opportunities, and the things that happen outside of our control are all different. But good things and bad things happen to people based off of their perception and the way they view life. Mm-hmm. Because events are neutral. You put a charge to them. So I try to put myself in as many positions as my mind can imagine. And because I've only lived in one life, the only other way that I can see any other perspectives or angles on this is through my experience in conversation and relationships with other people. And then stats and stuff. But I just think about simply like America, that's where we are, and how everybody has choices and access to, like, all of the resources around us are all around us. So it's not that one person has more of a chance than the other. It's how do we see things? What is our what is our perspective? What is our attitude towards things and events that happen that are outside of our control? How hard are we willing to hustle? How much work are we willing to do on ourselves and personally develop who we are as a human being? All contribute to where we are and the quality of our current life. So I wanted to say that to preface this entire conversation, because every time we say like, stop making excuses for things, I try to put myself in the position of the person making the excuse to say, is that valid? And that every time the thing that I come back to is no. Can we turn that light? Because every time, no, can we turn the light? Because every time you come over here, it shades the rest. I try to put myself in the other person's position. Every time I come back to the same exact thing. And that is, if you are alive and you are living in the United States of America, you have the choice to do anything you want to do. But it's when people choose to be a victim of circumstance, and this isn't to take away any things that happen that are very destructive that we don't have control over, like fires. We interviewed Aaron Sarit, and he had a lot of courage and vulnerability, sharing with us how his entire life's work, his dream home that was built from the ground up, went down in flames. The entire thing. Mm-hmm. Now, there's two different angles you could take on that. Oh my gosh, woe is me. He was actually asked the question, what does it feel like to be a victim of a fire? And he's like, first of all, I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. And that is the attitude that I want each and every single person to take in anything that happens in life. We put a positive or a negative charge. Just because something's difficult doesn't mean that it happened to destroy you. Mm-hmm. You either destroy you or you create you.
Yeah.
So I want to say that because I know that a lot of times we throw out the no excuses. There are no excuses. Every single person has the ability to communicate, and communication is your currency. Connection is your currency. Connection will build you wealth, and you have to be able to communicate to build connection. Yes. Because it's all about getting to the people who have, as Grant Cardone would say, your money.
Yep.
Who has my money? Why did we eat shit on our pitch for the 10X boot camp? Because we didn't care. Because now people who have our money know who we are. People who we can help and we can serve know who we are. But it's a conscious decision to be courageous. And so that is the value I bring to these money conversations, because I'm still learning about these things myself.
Yes, we both are. But we have made a conscious, and I say conscious, I mean publicly announced decision that we are going to be wealthy back in January, when a lot of you guys didn't even know us. And when you make a conscious decision and you make a public announcement,
public accountability,
you're going to jump over mountains in order to achieve something. Though we have unconsciously made that decision 2 years ago, but consciously we made it at the beginning of this year. So the point of these conversations is to, for one, provide you with awareness with regards to anything in life, be it your weight loss, be it fitness, be it your finances, Step one with regards to change is awareness. If you're not aware of a situation, if you're not aware how bad the situation is, you wouldn't know how to change it or what is the next step. So, you know, people are talking about the coronavirus being a global pandemic. I'm like, no, like there is so much wealth and abundance on this globe, but we're in a financial pandemic.
There is a pandemic.
And a health crisis pandemic. Why? Because of this 21st century new way of thinking. People want to be comforted and they want things easy. And gosh, like the reason why for us creating this mission and movement is so powerful, because when you find belief in yourself that you're capable to do anything, when you have tools to overcome whatever struggle it is, because now you have been able to transform your body, which gives you the confidence to transform your financial situation, you're now affecting everybody else in your family and in your life, and we're taking it over to the next generation. This is like way bigger than us.
Yeah, there was a pandemic before there was a pandemic.
Yes.
And it's called obesity.
Yeah.
And heart disease. And chronic illness due to poor lifestyle choices. Choices.
What movie is it when she's like, frost yourself?
Oh, it's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Frost yourself. But anyways, there is a pandemic, and we're not trying to say that or take the coronavirus lightly. It's damaged a lot of homes and families and people and taken lives, and it's serious. But at the same time, if we think about the fact that Sarit and I both had it in January before they knew it was a thing. Yeah. Oh, you have a virus, but we don't know what it is. It's not the flu. And we came out of it within a matter of a few days. What does that say? Like, it is your health condition physically that determines your outcome if you were to get any kind of virus. Mm-hmm. It is your mental health that determines how you will perceive and what your attitude will be in any negative circumstance. And it is your financial health that will determine how many opportunities you then have and how well you can take care of yourself, your family, your loved ones, and any other mission you choose to take care of.
Amen.
But everybody's like, I want to help. I want to be able to give this and that and that. But if you're not financially healthy, you can't.
Yeah.
And that comes with financial intelligence. Mm-hmm. What is the game of money? What are the rules? How is it played? And how do I play the game?
Yeah.
Those are the two. Do I know the rules? And how much do I practice it?
In one of our very first money conversations, and if you didn't get a chance to listen to that, you can check it out on our YouTube channel. And please do us a favor. If you happen to stop there, then please hit the subscribe button so that you can listen to more episodes like this. But you know what?
I know you're going to get into the technical details, and I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
Is that I made a post yesterday that said 2020 either made you better or made you worse in some kind of way like that. I don't know how exactly I said it. But no matter what, and what happened was it was very polarizing. All of the woe is me victims came out. And all of the fuck 2020, I'm gonna fuck shit up, bring it on, is that all you got people came out. And they're on completely, opposite ends of the spectrum. Now what happens to the woe is me people, or the people who say, oh, I'm just the same? No, You are always getting better or getting worse at every single moment. You are getting better or you are getting worse. There is no such thing as staying the same. It's called evolution. You evolve down or you evolve up. And if you're staying the same, you're getting worse.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the world is evolving.
Yeah.
So if you want to choose to be better, you need to change your mindset or have a positive attitude or mindset. Maya Angelou said it, if you can't change something, or if you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, change your attitude.
Gosh, so powerful.
It's like one of my favorite quotes. And so now you go.
Yeah, but so earlier we asked you guys a question. Who in here wants to be wealthy? And a bunch of you guys want to be wealthy. And this is the importance of these conversations. So back to one of our very first money conversations, we talked about, like the principles of money. When it comes to money, you have to learn 3 things. How to get it, how to increase it, and how to multiply it. And now...
How to get it, how to keep it, how to multiply it.
How to get it, how to keep it, and how to multiply it. And now passive income is the byproduct of all of that over time. So passive income, we're going to define it in just a second, but I would like to call passive income, because it is the 5% club, like abs. Everybody says that they want it, but only few are willing to do whatever it takes to fucking get it. And if you said that you want it, then fucking show us and keep listening to this show. I'm so freaking passionate about this because, man, when somebody tells me I don't have money to join one of your programs that I know will fucking change your life because it will give you the confidence that you need, it breaks my heart. But guess what? It's your fault. Like, you created it, but that's why you need to listen to this show and show up for it so that you can start gaining the financial education and wisdom so that you can start taking action. Money wouldn't just flow through you. I know that nowadays there's also like a lot of like woo-woo people who are just like, I'm gonna meditate on it, law of attraction, this and that. The other day I made a video on Instagram and I called it the law of attraction in action. And we believe in the law of attraction 100%. And we believe that there is absolutely, nothing in life happens by accident. If you're listening to this show right now, then you're meant to be here, and we're super humble and we're super grateful. But just by praying for it and listening to it without taking action will not take you anywhere. After you listen to the show, you have the entire day to go and get shit done. When it comes to money, you have to go get it from people. They have your money. By helping them solve a problem, you have to learn how to keep it. You ain't got financial intelligence. You can know how to get millions of dollars, but if you don't know how to keep it, then you'll never be able to create the way to multiply it. And if you can't multiply, then you won't achieve passive income, which means that you won't be a part of this 5%. If you're just listening, if you're just joining us, I'm going to repeat the stat that I mentioned earlier. So only 5% of retirees are financially independent and are able to maintain a steady living. Only 5%, and that is in the wealthiest country in the world. And I think I saw, Daisy, you made a comment earlier, and you're like, and it's one of the stupidest countries. And here's the thing, it's because a lot of people here are entitled and they choose to be soft. However, the laws of this country is why millions of people who are resilient want to come to this country. This country is, and again,
the land of opportunity.
And again, this is my opinion. This country, because of the laws of this country, will enable you to create your dream life if you're committed and if you've made the decision to create it. If not, then guess what? You have an equal opportunity to fall behind.
But it's swimming against the current. So know that. It's not easy. You're not going to make $1 million in a year.
But
and nothing that is worth having. Think about it. Okay, so I saw also somebody jumped in here who literally just signed up for the Inner Circle this morning. Congratulations, Missy. And you know
congratulations to Brittany who signed up
Brittany
last
signed
night.
up last night. Yes. So, you know, I didn't see Brittany's name pop up.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But, whoa, what's happening? What was I saying? You have to take action. There is no, if you want to, if your car dies and you need to push it, what do you need to do? What does that require? Energy, force. You got to get your ass behind it. Maybe you have to ask for help too. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm not strong enough to push this on my own. Can somebody help me? Got to wave down other people in cars. Hey, come help me. But what does that say? Oh, I'm weak. Oh, I shouldn't have to ask for help. You need help. You need to take action. And it requires force. And force requires effort. And effort is not easy. It could be simple. Just get behind the car and push it. It's not complicated. But it requires force and energy and action. And most people just aren't willing to do it. But our goal and our mission is to create so much inspiration and empowerment within you guys that you're like, fuck 2020, I'm gonna fuck this shit up and we're gonna blast through it and I'm gonna have the best year I've ever had. And then you make it happen. Yeah. So the first part of that was me telling myself what was gonna happen, the law of attraction, manifestation. The other part is me doing the work required to get there.
Amen.
2 parts.
Amen. So I just pulled up another stat while we were talking earlier, and we were talking about the coronavirus is a pandemic, but also the health crisis of this world due to, the poor mindset and lifestyle of this entire world is a pandemic. And, I have believed ever since I started actually investing my time in financial intelligence that the reason why so many people are overweight is due to their money problems. So I was like, all right, let me actually look it up because I'm just making an assumption. But did you guys know that, and this is taken from Money and Mental Health Organization. So it is a reliable source because it has a .org. I learned that in college when they're like, when you quote somebody, you have to blah, blah, blah. It has, anyways. But it says 46% of people in problem debt also have a mental health problem. And what do we know about a lot
Say that again.
46% of people in problem debt also have a mental health problem.
I would say I had a mental health problem when I was in debt.
And then 72% of respondents to Money and Mental Health survey said that their mental health problems had made their financial situation worse. So you guys, it's a vicious cycle. Once you enter it, unless you are learning all these things, there's no way out. And that's why you guys probably hear this all the time. The poor get poorer and the rich get richer.
Most of it has to do with mindset.
It's all mindset.
And that is your mentality, your mental health or lack, as Sarit would say, lack of thereof.
So they created
I told her the other day she didn't need to say the thereof part at the end.
Oh yeah.
Lack of thereof.
Keep making fun of me. I love it. Okay, so and then they have this cycle, and it starts with mental health problems, make it harder to earn, manage money and spending, and ask for help, which leads to financial difficulty, causes stress and anxiety made worse by collections, activity, or going without essentials, which leads to mental health problems, which leads to more financial difficulty. So this is why this is so important, you guys. And most people are here at the bottom. And if you want to be in the top 5%, there's a lot of work that has to go up there. And like I said, everybody says they want abs, but only if you are willing to do whatever it takes. And I guarantee you that with our teachings too, people who get themselves to a point where they have abs tell me everything that I need to know with regards to them, as far as their discipline goes, as far as their mindset goes, as far as their level of confidence goes, and as far as their focus goes. And I believe that if you have made the work, if you've worked to get yourself from being overweight or average bodied to having abs, and I'm not saying that all of you guys need to have abs, but
I was thinking not everybody wants to have them or is willing to make it, and that doesn't make you a bad person.
Right. And I'm not saying that you guys need to have abs, but like when you learn how to get abs and maintain abs, you have like you're living on a whole other level. A lot of people know how to get abs by taking a lot of like diuretics and starving themselves and all this bullshit, and then they start eating and it goes away. No,
it
like
really doesn't
keep
work.
it. 365 abs is what I'm talking about. If you have that mindset to get abs and to keep it, then you've already proven to me that you have whatever it takes to create your dream life. Why? Because it requires an extreme amount of discipline and focus.
And they're all related.
It's all related.
So they're all the same principles.
Who wants abs, by the way? Who wants abs? Drop a comment.
And I want to say, for one, like the body that you want to achieve is only for you to decide.
Yeah.
And that's not for anybody else. The amount of money you want to have is only for you to decide. And what you want to do with it is for you to decide. What we are talking about is for those who want to live a life similar to the one that we want to live. This is for you. And for anybody who doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It might not be for you.
Man, look at you guys wanting abs. I fucking love it. I want to help you guys get those abs.
The telephone, the 6-button telephone. Beep, 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 beep.
Okay, so let's talk about passive income. What abs are for your body, passive income is for your bank account.
Ooh.
Okay, passive income is money you earn in a way that requires. Can we actually
Little
write
to
that
no
down? I want to
effort.
put it on Twitter.
Yeah, we will, but let's read it.
Read it.
Passive income is money you earn in a way that requires little to no effort to maintain.
1 second.
And then it says some passive income ideas like renting out property or building a blog it may take some work to get up and running.
It's not it may. The only way it won't take work is if your daddy is a sugar daddy. See what I'm saying?
Still takes work.
To get out from your mom's womb.
I mean, here's the thing. So people say it takes money to make money. That's not true. It's not true. It takes money to make a shit ton of money.
Yes.
But it doesn't take money to start. And the best way, even if you have money to start something, I would encourage every single person to do the door-to-door method. Maybe not physically nowadays, but like the I remember when like grassroots, like savage kind of shit that Sarit and I used to do, like when zero people knew who we were except for our family. And like we'd literally pound Facebook and like message people and try to get people on a email list just by asking for their emails, not even knowing what the fuck we were going to send them. But it requires work and effort, and it does not require money to get started. So I want to say that to encourage everybody.
Shit, can you keep going for a second? I really have to run to pee.
This one. So I want to look up, there's a difference also between passive income and residual income. And residual income is money that comes in, it's like predictable income. Or not predictable necessarily, but it's different than just overall revenue. Let me look this up. Residual. I didn't win any spelling bees. Sarit will tell you. Residual income is the one that continues to receive after after the completion of the income producing work. Okay, let's take X Endurance, for example, is a multi-level marketing company now, as of almost 2 years ago. And what happens is that you do the work in the beginning, and then the money keeps coming after the income producing work was done. It doesn't mean there was little to no effort for it, because you still work, but it's like royalties kind of thing. Anyways, passive income is like I put money into this thing and then money comes out. It's like a money machine. So, anyways, sometimes I feel lost when you're gone. I didn't know what to do with myself.
I know, that's why I did it real quick. It's like, when you were like, I have to go pee and I'm gonna rush it, and you're like full force pee.
You didn't even wash your hands. You didn't even wash your hands.
No, I did not. Okay.
Don't care. Hey, give me 5 with the hand you wiped yourself with.
Lefty. So,
germs.
And here's the thing, getting abs is going to be so much easier and so much faster if you're disciplined and focused than getting passive income will, unless you got a sugar daddy. But
nobody's going to shake our hands now.
That's all right.
I also pee in the shower.
Me too.
So fun.
It's like one of the best things.
I save it. I'm not going to pee in the toilet. You know
Save
how fun
water.
it is just to let it out.
Save water. I know.
Don't lie. There's 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who pee in the shower and liars.
So good. So, passive income comes in different form. Like, of course, it requires investments. But first, you're going to have, in order to get to, climb up the mountain of acquiring passive income, you're first going to need to invest your time and energy. Invest your time and energy to acquire money, to keep money, and as that accumulates, how much you keep, then you're going to have a substantial amount in order to put in a vehicle. There's different vehicles. It could be stocks, it could be real estate, whatever.
It could be a Mercedes G-Wagon. Oh.
That is not an investment.
Oh, that's a physical vehicle. A motor vehicle. I see. Okay. A money vehicle.
Yes. In a money vehicle, and
choose your
it's going to pop you money. Now, here is a big problem with investments. And just so you know, I'm not an investor yet, because again, we are on the...
We've invested in our business.
Yes, we're investing in our business. But with regards to investors, as far as passive income goes, it's a journey, you guys. It takes a shit ton of time and a shit ton of effort. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not like losing 5 pounds. And by the way, the harder you work and the smarter you work, the sooner you're going to start climbing up that ladder. So we're not investors yet, and therefore I'm not going to give you any investment advice. Aside from the fact that, rule number 1 that Warren Buffett said is don't lose money. And that's why Grant does not really invest in stocks. Like, his thing is real estate, because real estate appreciates. Stocks, there's nothing that is ever guaranteed. And now, if you disagree, then hey, that's great. That's probably because you know more about stocks. I'm not saying that if you put your money in stocks, you're not going to get money, because guess what? If you invested money in Amazon 20 years ago and you invested a substantial amount, then right now you're probably a millionaire, and that's great. However, most of the time this does not happen, because most businesses fail within less than 5 years. That's just a stat. So
yeah, Brandon Dawson went to town on those stats, but we're not.
Yeah. So you're gonna need to learn how to acquire it, and also have the discipline to keep it and live below your means for quite some time. And then you put that in a vehicle, and the vehicle gives you money. If it's in real estate, then it gives you money on a monthly basis. It pays you.
It should.
Yes.
It should.
And that's why it's also important to learn investments on your way up there or partner up with investors who've proven to be successful.
He's having a dream. He was totally just like,
Oh yeah, his legs
he's
are like,
totally like running in his dream.
it's the sweetest
He
thing.
must be chasing ball. The other day he was having a dream and all the hairs stood up on his back. And we were like, oh my God, he's probably in a dog fight.
So for those of you guys who at the beginning of the episode answered that you want to build wealth, wealth cannot be created without passive income, because the most valuable resource that we have is time. We're all running out of time. And that is, by the way, the importance of health. When you're healthier, you're buying time, which is the most valuable resource.
Wealth is financial abundance.
Yes.
I want to look up the word abundance. Not
that-
running out of.
And the only way for you to not run out of money is to have money work for you, regardless of whether you're working or not.
Plentiful.
So my question to you guys, just to get your brains going, is how are you going to get there? Because you can talk about wanting to be wealthy all day long, just like every year in January 1st, everybody says, I'm going to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. And then what happens? Like, this country is overweight and sick. How are you going to get there? And if anybody has any questions, I would love for you to type it in the comments. I would love to maybe help you out by answering some questions that you have with regards for that. But you have to get clear. If you've decided that you want to be wealthy, how are you going to get there? Because here's the thing. Unless you're like the CEO of JP Morgan and your salary is millions of dollars every single year, then guess what? Just from having a salary, being a teacher, being, a police officer, it's going to take you a really long time. And I'm not saying that it's impossible, especially because if you're disciplined and you're like, I'm committed to living below my means, awesome. That means that you're going to put more money in your savings account and you're going to invest it over time. But you have to get clear on, what does wealthy look like to you? How much passive income do you want to generate on a monthly basis so that it pays you regardless of what happens, regardless of, if you're getting sick, God forbid, or you want to take your family on vacation, or you're like, shit, I'm ready to retire. It's life, you guys, but it's the decisions that you make today that are going to affect your future. And the reason why only 5% of retirees are actually able to maintain a steady living is because they were the only ones who set some goals and who stuck to those goals. It's a long-term game.
We have some questions and I love it. And eventually, as we become, as our expertise evolves and expands in this realm of business and the how-tos and the proof of our capability in helping, we're going to actually start coaching then business and finance as well. Because it's super important. Doesn't matter how much money you want to have, but if you want something, to know how to be able to get it, period. And one of the questions Brenda asks is, how do you start this journey? And honestly, the first thing is to build wealth. Sorry, if you're starting from zero, is to first figure out what is the amount of money that you need to survive. Not shit that you want or think that you need, but don't actually need. What are your lowest means and how can you live there or even below those means, for one? Now, the balance in that is taking a perspective or a mindset of not that I'm poor, but that I'm choosing to live a certain way so that I can grow in a certain way. Our car is rickety as fuck. But I'll tell you right now, we have over $100,000 in our savings. So if we wanted to, we could go buy a car, fine. But we don't need to, and that would take away from
The
bigger picture. And that's why I don't want to buy new underwear. Some of y'all made fun of me because I'm like, I'm low in underwear. I steal hers all the time. I'm like, I need some underwear again. Underwear.
I'm like, stop asking me, just take it.
And it's only because I don't want to spend money on underwear. Not that I couldn't. So figure out, what are your means? What are you willing to sacrifice? And how do you live below that for a while until you can get yourself into a different position and use your money to invest first in yourself. Personal growth and development. You cannot get anywhere that you want to get. You cannot get whatever body you want to achieve and how amazing that is, whatever financial position that is that you want, and whatever that means. You cannot get it if you don't personally grow and develop yourself as a human.
Yep.
So first, number one, like, read books surrounding topics that you are interested in. Maybe it's business, maybe it's finance, maybe it's mindset, maybe it's relationships. Whatever it is that you feel like will help you to develop as a person. A lot of you would have invested in yourself with us in the Inner Circle, or in the Transformation, or in the Ultimate Transformation Academy, or something. Even just a strategy call with Sarit or something. You've invested and it grows you. And when you grow, how much courage have all of our like Inner Circle and Transformation and Ultimate Transformation Academy people, like, how much courage and confidence have you gained by just developing yourself as a person? Weight loss aside.
Increases your self-worth.
It increases your self-worth, and that is the core.
There's no way you're going to be courageous and ask somebody for
a raise.
For increased money, be it, hey, I'm selling this product, or be it, hey, I know that I need a raise. How many people who joined the Inner Circle have actually ended up getting a raise and making more money because of the strategies that we've given them?
So it's far-fetched to say, oh, if you invest in us and you work on yourself, whatever, you have the potential to make more money, because we're not selling business strategies yet. But it happens because you gain all of the other things that people don't consider that are required to excel. Self-confidence, belief in self, courage, vulnerability, willingness to ask for help. All of these things, courage to stand up for yourself.
Willingness to put yourself out there.
Yeah, like, people have changed jobs. People have asked for raises, gotten out of terrible relationships and into better ones. It's crazy the amount of productivity you can have simply by developing yourself as a person. That is what I would say. Invest in that first.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then figure out, like, what the heck are you passionate about?
Yeah.
And what problems can you solve from people, from trials and things that you've overcome yourself.
Yep.
Because your mess becomes your message. And people who are wildly successful in their careers and as business owners or as an employee are people who take a mess that they had in their own life and learn how to help other people overcome that same mess in their lives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's fulfilling because you know the reward that you got from it, from achieving or overcoming, and it lights you on fire to watch other people overcome. I can't tell you, like, all of the posts that you guys made, whoever was behind it, I heard it was Daisy or Tammy or Mel or somebody behind, like, you guys pumping us up after the 10X pitch off. Like, was incredible to see. Not because it was like we're glorified. I didn't even give a shit about that part, but thank you. I got so lit on fire to see everything that you guys have accomplished and that I've had any piece of that. So start with, what am I really passionate about? What things have I overcome? How did I overcome them? And how can I help other people to overcome those things? Let me invest in myself so I can get good at helping other people overcome those things and then eventually make money doing that.
Yeah. Kate Byam said, having a side business. I love that. Do we create a roadmap or take it day by day? So just like we teach with regards to, your nutrition, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You need to have a roadmap.
You need to have both.
So just like that roadmap, Kate, that we've given you and the raw transformation in week 1, you have to create that for your side business. Because if you don't put it down on paper, it is an idea and it's a wish, it's not a goal. You have to have a clear roadmap. So for example, like imagine, we live in SoCal. We want to get to New York. Are we just going to be able to get to New York if we were to get into our car? It's probably going to take us a year because we're going to take all routes and hope that we make it. But if we have a GPS, then guess what? We have a systemized way of achieving there, of getting there. Yes, there's going to be obstacles. Yes, there's probably going to be snow traffic. People are going to be working on the road. So, expect shit to take you 10 times longer and 10 times harder. But have a clear way of getting there. And that's why, what we tell you guys is that you have to commit, because you have to take consistent action at increased amounts. But you have to start somewhere.
I just thought of a beautiful analogy of the, it doesn't take money to make money, but it does take money to make a shit ton of money. Why? Because when you have money, you can pay other people and experts who are further along to help you with your problems.
Yeah.
Now, difference between taking a car and flying in a plane. I was just listening to you. You're like, oh, we need directions. I was like, you don't need directions if you pay somebody else to fly you there. You just sit on your ass in the plane. But it costs more money.
Bigger sacrifice.
You're paying somebody else to take you from point A to point B faster.
To navigate
and with
for
less
you.
effort on your own part.
Amen to that. MJ asked, what does having an online site bring? Honestly, nothing. A landing.
What do you mean? I mean,
like a website, unless you are already a pretty established brand that people know about, and it's clear that you have a store, like an e-commerce store where people can buy your products. A website it doesn't get people to take action. A landing page, on the other hand, people do get to take action on it.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's a couple different pieces I would say to this is what does having an online site bring? Could mean, okay, well, if you have products and services available, an online site's great, but if you build it and they will come is such a myth.
Yeah.
You can build whatever you want, but if people don't know about it, nobody's coming. Mm-hmm. You can go buy a house and live somewhere and then be like, I'm having a party. But if you don't tell anybody about the party, nobody's coming to the party.
Yeah.
So then the effort then required is, how do I get people to hear about this thing? And then the other difficult part about that is, how do I convince people this is the thing that they need among all of the other things available to them in this same department? Why would I go buy your thing? So you can have a site and it can be very effective. We have several different sites. Some of them are just web pages. And one of them is a website, right? Where you guys buy merch and things like that. And it's going to even grow more and evolve even more. And then there's going to be, the things that we're up to. And how do you find all these things that we're doing on one place? That's what we're working on right now. But if you have an idea, if you were at Grant's boot camp, you heard him say, First, you have an idea, then you need to put it on a landing page. The landing page gets you email addresses. Email addresses are contacts. Contacts give you the ability to then tell people about the cool things that you're doing.
Yeah.
So a landing page is a good place to start. You have an idea. You create some kind of free thing. You have to prove your shit before people will pay you for it.
Yeah.
You can know that you're worth $1 million. That an hour of your time is worth $1 million. But if you haven't proved it to anybody, they don't believe you.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna be underpaid, and even us, we're being way underpaid, but that's okay. Like for us,
we're being paid perfectly how we should be for where we're at in the moment.
Yes.
But we are worth more.
Yes. But you know, for anybody who said like, yes, I'm committed, like expect to be underpaid for a really, really long time before you're going to start getting overpaid.
Absolutely.
You know that you've made a significant amount of positive impact on a significant amount of people when you start getting overpaid. Until then, you're going to be underpaid for years, and that's okay. And that's
the willingness to grind and work for free to prove who you are and what you're capable of.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's a lot of stuff going on. We can look back through these comments later today too, because look at. And I
want to ask you guys a question. For one, can you drop a comment, yes or no, if you're getting value from these money conversations? Because I have an idea, and I was talking to Erin about it last night, but I wanna see if you guys are actually getting value from these conversations. In my heart, I feel like it's extremely valuable, but if you guys don't feel the same way, then shit, it don't matter.
An Erin and Sarit newsletter going over what's in your videos would be so cool.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it is.
Like, this is what's coming this week.
I mean, that we are on YouTube also, and I think that YouTube has the ability for subtitles, so that's a good thing. But, I mean, a newsletter is also...
Like every Sunday, this is what's coming up on the show this week. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you guys are finding value. For one, thank you guys for showing up for yourself, and we're so happy and grateful. But, you know, I had an idea. It seems as if you guys are really serious about creating a better future for yourself. And for one, we're so humbled and grateful to help you guys. You have no idea. But for two, I was thinking, what if we put together an 8-week money mentorship? So we have specific topics to talk about for those of you guys who are serious about building wealth. And we give you the step-by-step instructions and the work to start implementing that. Would you guys be interested? If you are, can you drop a comment that says money mentorship, please?
Money mentorship, please.
Money mentorship, please. Because if so, if you guys tell me, yes, I'm committed. By the way, the money mentorship will be a paid program.
Money mentorship would be an 8-week paid program.
Yeah. If you're like, I'm willing, then we're committed. It's gonna obviously take time to put it together, but okay, let's see.
And the goal of this is to figure out like how to really help you guys.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need? And so we want to get a consensus of, is this something that you guys need? Because we can make all the assumptions that we want and it really gets us nowhere. So that's why we want to hear from you guys. Okay, so Andy, Jerry, Brenda, Brittany, Dolly, Tony,
how many
Sue.
yeses did we get?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like at least 15 so far.
Awesome.
16, 17, 18. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
we want to make it with like
done
action steps and workbooks so you guys can really like write things down, get your ideas onto a piece of paper. What are the next steps? What are the actions I need to take? Little baby steps, just like we do with weight loss. I saw somebody in the inner circle posted a photo.
Daisy.
I think it was
About how much money she's saving now?
No.
Sorry.
It was, I think it was Andrea, and it was a ladder. It was 2 different ladders, people climbing the ladders, and one of them was a ladder with rungs that were really close together, and somebody like at the top of the ladder. And then the other ladder was one where even the first rung was too high to reach. And it's like, you don't have to try to just leap to make something happen. Like, you got to take it one step at a time. So that's what we would definitely,
I'm really excited for this one because, man, I wish, like if we were to go through a financial mentorship program when we started the business, you guys, like,
I don't know what you're laughing at specifically.
But you guys would probably think the same way. But you know what? Everything in life happens for a reason. And that's what we probably had to go through, the shit that we had to go through in order to overcome it, so we can help you guys.
I also want to know what you guys would like to learn from it. I'm gonna make a form. I'm gonna make a form,
yes,
so you guys can fill out, and it's gonna have some questions so that we can know exactly what needs to go into that mentorship before we build it. So that you guys have exactly what you need, all laid out in a progressive, like systematic way.
step-by-step way.
Yeah,
just like we do with you for weight loss. I want to give a huge shout out to Andrea Ramos. Andrea, if you're watching,
she's the one I think that posted that.
Give me a thumbs up, or I don't know, drop some kind of emoji. But yesterday I had my 3rd success call with Andrea, and I mean, her life has transformed so much ever since joining the Inner Circle program. And you know, like I tell this to all my Inner Circle people, after your initial 12 weeks, what we start working on is way deeper than just nutrition. We start like getting a deeper dive with regards to life. So when we did her 2nd success call, we started setting some, financial goals. Yeah, she's here. A huge congrats. And within 12 weeks, Andy was able to pay off $10,000 towards her debt, and she's going to be completely debt-free in less than 12 weeks.
While investing in herself.
Yeah.
In our program.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is awesome.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I love helping you guys in the ways that you want to be helped. Like, it's amazing. It's so fun.
So fulfilling. It's so fulfilling.
Yeah.
And last night I was talking with Nicole, a dear friend of ours, and she was asking, she's just starting her entrepreneurship journey, and we're so happy and grateful to help her. But she is like, what makes you most happy about this journey? And I'm like, honestly, like feeling so fulfilled, like knowing that this is, I feel it, that God put me on this planet for a reason, and that God gave me the problems that I had to overcome for a reason, and to have the ability to help you guys reach your highest potential. Like going to bed every night, man, like we feel so fulfilled. Like we talk about you guys when we snuggle. Boogie talks about you guys. Boogie was talking about them last night.
Boogie's doing this right now. What a ham. He's sleeping with his eyes open. You're a creep. All right.
He's just tie.
Let's close it off, but I mean, I'm so stoked.
Yeah, we're gonna start, taking action with regards to, putting together something really epic for you guys, because our goal is, for one, whoever is in debt, you got to get yourself out of debt. Like, being in debt is like being overweight. Like being overweight, that's basically metabolic debt. Like your organs can't function well if you're overweight. So we got to get you outside of the deep hole. We got to get you to ground level, and then we got to build you up.
I want to read something too, because this is amazing. Jeanette, I'm going to share part of your story, but Jeanette, as some of you know, has been she's an OG, been in our community since the beginning.
Yes.
Nobody knew who we were. Jeanette's been there.
How did Jeanette get to us? From Teresa Hayes?
I think from Teresa Hayes, actually. And Jeanette, it took Jeanette so long to spend even $1 with us. Mm-hmm. And it was always financial. And so that's why I want to read this comment, because it's amazing. Jeanette said, debt-free and paid my deposit for a stomach procedure and was able to help sponsor a scholarship for the Raw transformation. But every single conversation was about money. Like, if you didn't join something or do something, it was because of money. No, Jeanette? And it's amazing to see that you're debt-free. Congratulations. That's the first time that I've heard that.
That's awesome. A huge congrats.
Yeah. And paid a deposit. Jeanette's lost over 100 pounds. So for those of you who don't know, probably, I'm guessing the stomach procedure is having excess skin removed, which is amazing. You've earned it. It's not a quick fix. It's not a Band-Aid. You've earned it. You've maintained it. Now you're going to clean it up. Amazing.
Yeah. Doing it right.
And sponsored and gave.
Yeah.
So incredible.
When you do it right, you know, you feel it. You feel it. Because like when the flip switches, I don't know if I said it right, but
when the switch flips,
suddenly you start feeling at peace. Mm-hmm. And it's an incredible feeling, because it now allows you to be present in your life. And when you're present, you're in a state of giving.
Yeah. Not desperation.
Yes. Not desperation, like freaking out all the time. I'm in a rush, freaking out, gotta do this, gotta do that. No, it's like, oh my gosh, you're so unfocused. I feel so bad. Like, let me shake you and let me put you in place. But I get it. We've both been there. But, you know, we're super proud of you guys, grateful for you guys for taking on the coaching, honestly, taking on the coaching and just, you know, following through with the action steps. I will say it again, trust me when I say this, like, if we can, so can you. We know we're going to the top. Our mission is to bring you to the top with us. Whether you choose to or not is up to you, and we're going to love you either way. But we know that if you choose to come to the top, life is going to be so beautiful, because life is going to be abundant. Knowing that you're a woman who's at peace, confident in what she's overcome, and is able to live an independent life, man.
I want to explain one more thing that I thought about in Jeanette's story. Because Jeanette, how did Jeanette get in debt? Is it any mystery that Jeanette was in physical that Jeanette was in debt physically by being so overweight, and in debt financially, and now she is no longer in debt physically or financially? Is it a mystery? Because when you do it the right way, the principles are the same. When you do it the right way. But keto doesn't focus on you becoming a better person. It tells you not to eat carbs. Who gives a shit? Intermittent fasting doesn't focus on making you a better person. So who gives a shit? They're just strategies and methods, but the focus has to be internal. And when it's internal, it's also difficult, just in a very different way, but what that allows you is the ability to overcome every single thing that you struggle with, not just one component. It makes your relationships better, it makes your financial situation better, it makes your health better, it makes your mind better. Mm-hmm. So you have to grow you from the inside, and everything else will happen by default. Oops! How many people came into one of our programs not even having a weight loss goal, but knew, okay, I'm a little bit fluffy or soft or whatever their words or terminology are, and ended up losing weight, but weren't even focused on it.
Yeah.
You lost it because you weren't focused on it. If you focus on the money, you are desperate. If you focus on just losing weight, you're doing it desperately. Fix you and grow you from the inside, and the other things will just happen. It's amazing.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and listening to today's episode. And I want to ask you guys if you found today's episode valuable. I believe that this has possibly been one of the best episodes we've had yet. If you found value from today's episode, do us a favor and please share it.
Please share it.
Help to share the love so that this community and mission can keep on growing. We believe it is our duty and obligation, and we are doing everything that we can every single day to move forward. If you just learned one new thing today, please give us a second of your time. We know that your time is extremely valuable. You've already spent a little over an hour with us. Just share the love. If you're watching this on YouTube, share the love. If you're listening to this on podcast, please share the love with one person who is going to benefit from listening to this, so that they can join our community and actually implement the steps. Our mission can only keep moving forward as our community keeps on growing, because nobody is gonna pursue all of this by going through it alone. You could be the only one in your household, but you need a community. So please, 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 for the sake of the millions of people who need help,
share.
If you find it in your heart, just give us a second of your time and share it with at least one person, so that they can listen to the truth, know that they're not alone, and be embraced by the power of you guys.
I have one more ask. If we have helped you significantly change something in your life that has made a huge difference, can you please go to the Facebook business page, Erin and Sarit, and leave a review? Just an honest review of what we've helped you to overcome. Because it's one thing for us to say what we can help people with. It's another thing for people to see what we've been able to help people with from their words, not from ours.
Yeah.
So that's my ask of you, to go to the Erin and Sarit business Facebook page and leave a review that is just honest from you and how you've overcome something and how we helped. So thank you guys for always showing up for yourselves. You guys are our why. You guys are the mission. And there are so many more of you, millions of you, who still don't know who we are and have not heard how they can overcome. So, thank you for always showing up. We love you guys, and we will see you mañana.
Just a couple of things to wrap this up. Lauren, I see you here. Tammy, I knew you were here earlier. I'm not sure if you're here right now, but if somebody from our team can do us a favor, and for one, drop a link to our Facebook business page, we'll be so grateful. And for two, we're gonna be dropping a link with we're gonna be creating a form so that you guys can tell us what sort of financial help are you looking for? We're very serious about this. We're going to put together a program. And I'm saying it publicly because this is public accountability.
Because if we don't, then we look like assholes.
Yeah, we're going to launch, and then we'll launch it either in December or in January. That's when we're going to start the program because you guys need the help. All right, you guys. Tammy, thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Tomorrow is our relationship conversation. So we're gonna be talking about all things relationship. Between now and then, stay warm wherever you are. It's cold in SoCal, so I can imagine how it feels like if you're in Minnesota or Wyoming or wherever you are. But in the meantime, stay fresh, stay fly. Overcome at least one thing today. Be great and do us a favor and please share the love. Bye guys. See you tomorrow.